Yeah, I would assume so, that Jaitley would know better than that. But Mr. Godrej, on the issue of, Arun Jaitley, an acclaimed man at the bar, a very good lawyer himself, would you think that he would go down what Sunil Jain is actually saying, tax terror? More than tax terror, would he at least remove this big problem and overhang of retrospective tax? So should we get something very clean on the legal front, at least with respect to retrospective word being removed?
Yes, I think so, very clearly, but that will have to go through Parliament, because the earlier retrospective amendment will have to be amended. But now that this government will have a majority in a joint sitting, even if they are not able to pass something through the Rajya Sabha, I think that should be fairly simple. I think he will take strong steps on the tax department using transfer pricing to create very unusual demands on especially international companies. So I think that could help a lot. But most importantly, to answer your earlier question, this government will be able to tackle fiscal deficit quite well, in my view, because they will have two directions they will work in. One is to cut on subsidies. They will raise the fuel prices quite quickly, to my mind, which will help cut government expenditure. And secondly, they will work towards privatization very well, converting government assets into income, and that should help very considerably. Arun Shourie talked about forming a large corporation like Temasek in Singapore to own public sector assets, which could then raise funds. So I feel if the fiscal deficit is contained, then it will be much easier for the RBI to take steps to reduce interest rates, which would go towards growth orientation. I think the government's objectives will be and should be to get to an 8% GDP growth rate by the next financial year. I think if they take the right steps in that direction, that shouldn't be difficult to achieve.
Sunil, come in on this point. Are you convinced that if there is this radical restructuring of the government, with one cabinet minister for multiple portfolios, etc., that could actually solve some of the problems, like the problems in the power space, fuel subsidy issues, etc.?
Not at all. I think it's a nice thing to talk about small ministries, but at the end of the day, a lot depends on who's in charge. We've had there is this talk, for example, of merging the oil and, for the sake of argument, let's say the power ministry, because there's some kind of synergy there. If you look at the oil ministry, if you look at the mess, for example, they made about the gas pricing hike, if you look at the way they put diesel prices on hold. This is one ministry, it's a small ministry, and even that ministry can't seem to get its act together. So if you put the oil ministry with somebody else and you hope that the oil ministry will get more efficient, it's not. So I think merging ministries may be a good thing. If it's like having bigger states and smaller states. Smaller states look good on paper, but if they're badly run, it doesn't help. I think that's the critical thing here, that are the people that Narendra Modi gets in charge of these ministries, whether it's the bureaucrats or whether it's the ministers, are these people going to be able to do their job? I think so merging ministries or splitting them, to my mind, is neither here nor there. I think the power ministry and the coal ministry, for example, they would do well if they were the same ministry, because there would be some synergy. They wouldn't have different views, for example, on pricing of coal, for example. Or if you had the food and agriculture together, there wouldn't be different views on whether MSPs should be raised or not. But frankly, a lot of these contradictions that arise between ministries are contradictions that get resolved at the cabinet level. So I'm not too bothered by them, frankly speaking.
All right, Sunil, Mr. Godrej, thank you for joining us and giving us your views. The market is anyway very enthused by the fact that there could be, one cabinet minister for multiple portfolios, etc. Look at the way Coal India is moving. It's almost close to its lifetime high of 422 that it hit way back in 2011. And not just that, the entire power space is up and about. And look at some of these names like IRB Infra, up almost 14% at this point in time. So very strong opening to the market. 25,000 is here on the Sensex. We'll take a break and come back with more.